What's going on, basketball fans? March Madness is right around the corner, and that means buzzer beaters, Cinderella runs, bracket chaos, and of course, the question who's cutting down the nets in 2026? Now, before the madness begins, there are four teams that have clearly separated themselves from the rest of the country. We're talking about Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida. These programs basically have dominated all season long, ranking near the top nationally in scoring margin, offensive efficiency, defensive dominance, and now each of these teams are projected as number one seeds heading into the tournament. But today we're breaking down why these teams are favorites, what makes them dangerous, and whether anyone can stop them once the bracket tips off. But before we jump into it, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss any March Madness coverage. Alright, let's get on into it then. Let's start in Durham with Duke. Currently they're sitting at 29-2 and looking like the team to beat. Now their identity is simple. Defense wins championships. Duke currently ranks number one in the nation in defensive efficiency, consistently holding teams under 60 points during the ACC play. Now, their length, switching ability, and rim protection make scoring against them incredibly difficult. But Duke isn't just about defense. They also have one of the most dominant players in all of college basketball, freshman phenom Cameron Boozer, who's been absolutely sensational all season long. He's averaging 22 points and 10 boards a game, making a serious case for that Wooden honor, and his ability to score inside, stretch the floor, control the glass has made him one of the most impactful freshmen in the nation. Duke also owns a huge resume with wins over teams like Michigan and Florida, which strengthens their argument to be the overall number one seed in the upcoming tournament. But the biggest question surrounding Duke at this time right now, is health. Because guard Caleb Foster suffered a fractured foot in the regular season finale, and he's undergone surgery, making a return unlikely unless Duke reaches the Final Four, and even then it's not a guarantee. Meanwhile, the center Patrick Numbell is dealing with foot soreness, and you all know how big men and foot soreness can lead all over the place. But he's going to miss the ACC tournament, though the program hopes he'll return for the NCAA tournament. Now those injuries have shrunk Duke's rotation to 7 players, which means freshmen like Caden Boozer and Nicholas will have to step up and step into a bigger role and step their games up as well. Still, when you combine elite defense, star power, championship pedigree, Duke remains one of the most dangerous teams in the tournament. Let's head on over to Ann Arbor, where the Michigan Wolverines have quietly put together one of the most impressive seasons in the country. They also sit at 29-2. Michigan's been the definition of balance and efficiency. The Wolverines rank 10th nationally in both offense and defensive efficiency, something very few teams have accomplished and can stake claim to. Defensively, they've been especially elite, ranking number one in efficient field goal percentage defense, basically meaning opponents simply cannot shoot effectively against them. Offensively, Michigan thrives because of its depth and its versatility, particularly in the front court. Players like Yaxel Morez Johnson Jr., they give the Wolverines multiple lineup combinations. They pretty much allow them to play big, physical basketball, or they can stretch the floor depending on the matchup. And the results have been historic. Michigan won the Big Ten title by 4 games, and they became the first team since the 96-97 season to record 3 30-point wins over ranked opponents in the same season. Now that's a level of dominance that's rarely seen. Another major advantage for Michigan heading into this tournament, they have pretty good health and stability. Unlike some of their other counterparts, Michigan has avoided major injuries in their rotation, which means they enter March with continuity, chemistry, and confidence, the 3 C's. And when a team can defend, score effectively, and dominate physically, that's exactly the type of formula that wins championships. Next up, Arizona Wildcats. Now, if Michigan is about efficiency, Arizona is about pure offensive power. The Wildcats average 87 points per game, making them one of the highest scoring teams in the country. Oh, they play fast. They attack in transition, and they overwhelm opponents with tempo and physicality. Now, Arizona has navigated one of the toughest paths in college basketball, winning the Big 12 regular season title, widely considered the most competitive conference in the country. Their roster is also incredibly balanced. At center, they have 7'2" big man Crevis, who anchors the paint and provides interior scoring and rim protection. Alongside him, you have standout freshman Koa Peat, whose versatility allows Arizona to defend multiple positions while also contributing offensively. Then on the perimeter, you got elite freshman scorers like Braden Burris, who gives Arizona the ability to explode offensively at any moment. However, there is a little concern with Koa Peat, as he's recently been sidelined with a leg injury, and his availability will be crucial to Arizona's tournament run. Without him, Arizona loses some defensive versatility and interior toughness. But if Peat returns healthy, Arizona might have the most explosive offense in the entire tournament. And finally, we head on out to Gainesville to talk about the defending national champion, them Gator Boys, the Florida Gators. After winning the 2025 NCAA Championship, Florida entered the season with high expectations, and they've absolutely delivered. The Gators finished the regular season on a 16-1 run, capturing the SEC title by 3 games and entering the tournament as one of the hottest teams in the nation. Their biggest strength? Transition offense. Florida ranks they rank 3rd nationally in transition scoring. Basically, if you turn the ball over or miss shots, they're sprinting down the floor for easy points. Leading the way are front court stars like Alex Condon and Thomas Hugh, who provide physicality, rebounding, and interior scoring. And unlike some of their other counterparts, Florida enters March relatively healthy, which is a huge advantage during the grind of the tournament. They also have something that many teams lack: championship experience. They know what it takes to win 6 games in 3 weeks, and that experience can be incredibly valuable when the pressure rises in March. So, when you look at the landscape of college basketball right now, it's easy to see why you got Duke, Michigan, Arizona, and Florida as favorites. Each team has a clear championship formula. Duke brings elite defense and star power. Michigan offers balance, efficiency, and depth. Arizona delivers explosive offense and pace, and Florida has championship experience and momentum. But if there's one thing we all know about the tournament, March Madness never follows a script. Every year we see a Cinderella team crash the party, brackets get busted, and underdogs shock the world. That unpredictability is exactly what makes this tournament the greatest postseason in sports. So while those 4 teams may enter as favorites, history tells us nothing is guaranteed once the ball is tipped. But now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will win the 2026 NCAA Tournament? Is it one of these favorites, or do you have a Cinderella team ready to make a run? Drop the predictions in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your post notifications for more college basketball and March Madness coverage. Thanks as always for watching. Get ready. The madness is here.